Brand is one of the most overlooked tools. It's a driver of margin. It's risk mitigation. It creates stickiness. It is its own competitive advantage. Like Simon Sinek will say, people buy why you do what you do. I don't believe that. They buy how you make them feel. Emotion drives decision. When you make people feel something, that is the precursor to different behavior. When I put on my Nikes, like I just feel cool. I remember driving down Sunset Boulevard and seeing the Billboard and just thinking, no, that was one of the roughest points in my life. I felt so lost. I really was like, oh, I have my life up.
What do you inspire the name Daughter?
It's about the person who sees the work. It's about messages in the world that I would be proud to have my daughters see.
Are there some specific things that you look out for that makes you say this person is a standout candidate?
I like to see that they have... Being a hungry creative is being addicted to the journey, to, that feeling of seeing something new come forth.
Calgary. Slogan. Rebrand.
Blue Sky City.
If you didn't get that.
Imagine.
Hey guys, we need to talk. A lot of you watch this channel are yet to subscribe to the channel. So please do me a favor and check that you're subscribed to the channel. It goes a long way in helping us. The team is working tirelessly behind the scenes to bring you the best conversations, to bring you this quality of production. And the only way we can improve that is to keep increasing our numbers. I also have a KPI before the end of this year to get to 10,000 subscribers. So please help us to get to that goal. But before we go, my co-producer has a word for you. Abby.
Hi, Mo.
Hi, what's up?
Good. Okay. Guys, you heard what he said. Please subscribe to our channel. Help us grow. And we promise you to bring the best conversations.
So let's jump into the episode and I hope you enjoy it. All right, great.
Steph, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
It's good to have you here. I feel like I need to pinch myself. I've pinched myself a couple of times, but we have you in the studio today. When I went diving into Steph, I was like, okay, in my usual routine, I'll go online, do a search. And then I'm like, how come this person doesn't have any digital footprint or hardly any digital footprint? Half of the articles I saw were either someone else writing it or like an article or a website that just tags you or something. I'm like, how come? This is a whole CEO. So why don't you have any social media presence?
Yeah. I never thought to be self-conscious about it before, but I'm like, oh yeah, maybe it is a little strange, especially because I'm in brand and marketing.
Exactly.
I think for me, it I was on LinkedIn for a while. I don't think it really fills my cup. It's a beautiful platform, and I think there's lots of people who are doing a really great job of creating content, and I support that. It just wasn't. I couldn't manage another channel. I feel like between my cell phone, my inbox, I've got Google Chats, I've got Asana. It's like there's all these inputs into your life, and
Right.
at some point you want the peace of mind, to really choose like what am I going to consume and to directly pick what you're putting your focus and your attention on.
I see.
So for me, channels like Instagram or LinkedIn, it's like the field is too open and there's too much stuff coming at me, and I have a busy mind, so I need to choose.
Interesting. I was going to ask a follow-up question that what do you then tell your founders? That like, I don't know if you have clients that like into like personal branding or like founder-led marketing.
Yeah.
Like, what do you tell them? Like, oh, Steph is here telling us to, be active on promote your channels, promote your staff, content, but
not. Yeah, it's like you're walking or you're talking the talk, but you're not walking.
exactly.
I think it's not a channel that we would recommend for everyone across the board anyways. I'm really a believer in doing doing a few things and doing them really well. Like just be brilliant in the few spaces you are going to show up. So I have friends that have and clients, friends that are clients that really have a robust, beautiful social media presence, and it's been, so key and such a ticket to their success. And I love it as a strategy. It's just not. It's not the only strategy, and it's not a strategy that's right for everyone.
So what's your strategy?
In terms of
In terms of visibility and like storytelling, how do you tell your story? How do you shape the narrative, the public, because you're a public figure at this point. How do you tell the stories that you want people to know about, whether your business or your personal work? How do you do that?
yeah, I'm not hugely bought into this narrative of the CEO is hero or founder is hero, or this idea that brilliance lies in any one person. In my experience, brilliance and the beautiful things that I have seen, that I've witnessed be created, it's always about a network. It's about a group of people that are um, clear on their responsibilities, share values, and share vision for where they want to go. And so that is daughter for me. I'm surrounded by brilliant, talented people, and we work really hard at our culture and the connectedness between us. And that is really the story. I want daughter to be the thing that's known, because that's the truth. It's I play uh I play a role, but in reality it's pretty limited. Like, I have a job there, but it it's a really small piece of the pie that I make up.
Right.
And that's like Lauren, for example, so brilliant. The whole leadership team, so brilliant. Everyone that works there plays a part. I don't really, we function as we're an ecosystem.
It's a unit.
Yeah.
Interesting one. So what you're saying in essence is that you kind of like want your work to tell the story rather than you being like the face of the business. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you put that better than I did. Thank you. Good job. That was much more succinct.
Please. Please. So you mentioned that Dota recently got an offer to be bought over, and you decided to say no. So can you walk me through the thought process of how the point when you received this offer? Because we live in an age where a lot of founders have a goal to eventually have a huge exit, right? From tech startups to even lifelong businesses. Eventually people think like, okay, at the end of the day, I'm going to exit and go live my life doing something else. So walk me through your thought process from receiving that offer to deciding that this is something I'd rather hold on to. And why did you make that decision?
I think for me, it was funny because I have a ton of respect for the person making the offer and the entity attached to it. I think they're really smart. I love what they're doing. But we'd had some preliminary conversations, and I was like, yeah, like it's worth continuing. It's worth sort of feeling each other out. And then something got said in the most recent conversation, which was, well, we're all doing this for the money, and that's all any of us care about is the money. So obviously selling the business is the way to make more money than what you're doing right now. Maybe that's true, but the reality is I'm not doing this for the money. It's really important that we make money. It's imperative that we make money. Gotta make the money. Yeah, you have to. Yes, it's great. Businesses need to make money.
Yeah.
And it's completely not my motivation, and it's not why I'm here. It's not connected to my purpose. And I don't have a big, getting a big lump sum someday in the future isn't my idea of a beautiful ending.
What's your purpose?
To put beautiful, meaningful messages out into the world. I believe so strongly in how permeable and affected we are by the content and the stories that we are told and that we interface with. I think we talk about advertising as being very persuasive and influential. However influential you think it is, it's a million times more influential. And I think there's so much power in that. And when we choose better stories, more beautiful, more life affirming stories, I think it does make the world a more habitable, kinder place. It's not a vehicle for my personal financial benefit. It's meant to share more beautiful stories with the world.
I would like us to go back a bit, just to take a back step to give a bit of context for our viewers and listeners, because I'm sure people will be watching this that probably haven't heard of Daughter, because this is a global podcast. So, as a young Steph who has just left college and is just, at a phase where life is just like the world is at your feet, you had options of wherever direction you want to go. Did you see yourself? Did you see Daughter at this point today? Did you envision that?
No. No.
How did this whole journey start?
I got really lucky. I graduated and I got a job at an agency called Venables Bell and Partners in San Francisco. Goodby Silverstein is probably the more known, like everybody would know Goodby Silverstein in the advertising world, probably less the design world. But Venables Bell and Partners was like the baby brother to Goodby. The two principals had left to go start this other agency. I think when I started there, it was maybe like just under 70 people. And when I left about 2 years later, it was close to 200. So I was at an agency that was just on a massive growth. So, and I had incredible opportunities put in front of me. When I first started, I think I was 20 years old, so I had a fake ID. And I was so anxious every time I went out drinking with my coworkers because I was like, oh my God, am I going to get busted? Like, it's going to be so embarrassing. Anyway, so I was really young. And, the work, like, at that time, you just worked. Like, evenings and weekends were not a guaranteed thing. Maybe you're going to go to your friend's birthday party, but maybe not. And there's just no, it's like we were clocking like 80 hours a week.
Damn.
Would be normal. I was part of a really small team that was pitching the business for A&E. And do you know A&E? Does anyone know A&E?
A&E is
it's like,
was it?
Yeah, so it's like a channel, like kind of like the Learning Channel, but like A&E stands for Arts and Entertainment. They had a lot of reality television shows like Cold Case Files.
Sure, the people that know them, but
you're young, so you don't. But
exactly.
You're young, but everybody my age is like, oh yeah,
my generation.
Anyway, so it was a television channel.
Okay.
Back when we used to have those. And so we pitched the business, we won the business, which was a really big deal.
Okay.
And then like the reward for helping in the business was, okay, we're going to let you come up with the campaign for Gene Simmons and the Family Jewels reality television show.
Cool.
Season 2.
Cool. Nice.
So we, I concepted this campaign and the premise of the season was, has he slept with 4,800 women or not? And at the end, the final episode was like, he's going to take a lie detector test and they're going to find out, like, has he really slept with 4,800 women or is that hyperbole?
Right.
And in the agency, we're like doing math, like, okay, well, that's like 1 a day. That's like 2 a day for how many, 20 years or whatever.
That was back then.
Yeah.
People say people were like wilder back then, but I think this makes it even real.
They were wilder.
They were wilder back then.
The things that happened at the office would never, there's so many HR
Now we're
complaints.
chill. I feel like we're chill now.
It's way better. It's way more.
You see,
correct.
we're not so bad.
No, you're not. It's honestly, it's incredible. There's evolution happening.
Yeah.
Anyway, so and it was a crazy time in my life because we sold this campaign through, and then, every other weekend, I was flying to LA, staying in a really nice hotel, and, shooting with Annie Leibowitz's DP. And, it's this television commercial that they're spending $1 million on. There's these crazy budgets. And, I like, in many ways, I was really young and living like quite many people would have considered it like very enviable.
Yeah, that would back. I mean, even now, like if you're like moving at that level at that age, like people consider you like a high flyer.
Yeah, and the math was like, for me to go and stay at this hotel in LA was more than my rent for the month. I had $100 US per day was my per diem for food, which was insane. Like
It's insane back then.
yeah,
Wow.
I don't know how to spend $100 a day on food.
Damn.
Now I probably could.
Of course.
Anyway, so one of the things that we created for the campaign was this giant billboard on Sunset Boulevard. And we had these 6-foot tall bras constructed. So they hung over this billboard on Sunset Boulevard. And the giant headline on it was 4,800 women. Has he or hasn't he? Gene Simmons and the Family Jewels, season 2. And I remember driving down Sunset Boulevard and seeing the billboard and just thinking, like, no, like, this is just not why I'm here. Like, this was not why I was put on this earth.
Did you not envision the campaign before it was put up? Why did it come as a shock to you? Was it like in the moment, realizing it in the moment? You didn't just see it happening.
Yeah.
So walk me through that process.
That's such a good question. It's such a good question. I don't know why. I don't know why all of a sudden there was like such a hollowness to that experience that I think maybe I just hadn't fully acknowledged. I didn't actually like it. Like, I didn't like flying to LA all the time. I didn't like going out and drinking and partying, and I'm just not cut from that cloth. Like, I like to be at home with my cats. That's where I'm happy.
So I'm hearing that I feel like what I'm hearing is that people sometimes go through phases. I can relate to what you're talking about. I can relate because you can be in the moment, like, and be caught up in the moment, right? That you don't even realize what you're doing, like how that aligns with your life or your values or your vision. And what I'm hearing from what you're saying is like, you had like a reality check moment, like a light bulb moment that just like, they call it like a reset.
Yeah.
Like a mental reset, like a shift, like,
yeah,
hold on a minute. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Well, I love the way you put that, but it's like you wake up and it's like you didn't even know you weren't, it's like you're just all of a sudden a little bit more present or whatever. And within 2 weeks of that, I broke up with my boyfriend, sold my car, quit my job, got out of my lease.
Why did the boyfriend have to suffer for
I
that?
know.
Why did he have to suffer for that? But go on. He was in the way of the they call it the train.
Yeah.
It was just in the way.
Sorry,
it was just something in the way of the train.
We did rekindle briefly. It wasn't like that was the last time we talked, but
Right.
I was like, I'm out.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. So
I'm sorry.
You left your train took everything in its way, cleared the road, cleared the tracks, and took you back to, where did you go to from there?
Calgary.
Came back home.
Yeah, Calgary was home. My mom was sick at the time, so that was a piece of it too. It was a confluence of things. There wasn't only Billboard moment and then back home.
Why do I feel like there's more to unpack there? Why do I feel like there's a combination of so many things happening at the same time? It could be life is happening on one hand, but you're living on the fast lane on the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like a moment that just reminded you, okay, this is not it.
Yeah.
Because you just mentioned your mom was sick back at home. It's all about like values at the end of the day. That's why people always like say, just keep your values as your North Star. It will always guide you like where you should go. So for me, what I'm hearing from that experience is like, you just had a moment where you just realized, okay, family now is more important. Going back home is more important for me rather than being in this place. I mean, eventually, this doesn't even align with what I even want for myself. I mean, feel like you just saw the evidence
Yeah.
in reality.
Yeah.
Like it's different from like planning like campaigns on like sheets of paper or just drafting and stuff. Eventually you came back to Calgary, and what then happened?
Dark times. I mean, it was a hard go. That was one of the roughest points in my life. I felt so lost. I felt that I possibly made such a big mistake because I'd gone from this,
Pain.
and then I was
pain, Joe.
living in my parents' basement. Literally. I really was like, oh, I've my life up. I had achieved a lot of success by a lot of measures and I tossed it away.
Yeah.
So I felt bad.
Do you think that the decision was pivotal to you arriving here today?
Like when you ask about why did it matter when I was driving down driving down Sunset Boulevard and saw the billboard? I think what it was is so was everybody else and all the other cars around me. So it's like this story that I had chosen to tell, that I had put my energy into telling, was being absorbed by everyone to my left and my right. And I think, and I'm like, I don't want that for you. Like, I don't want this like pseudo misogynistic celebration of this guy that I'm like not really into, whatever. So some intuitive deep part of me knew it was time to, exit stage left. And I'm so glad I did. I really suffered in the aftermath of that for probably like 6 to 8 months of feeling super lost. But then bit by bit, I found my way. And I think, sometimes, I don't know if it's the same for you. I have to watch my choices to understand what I want. I don't actually know. I just watch what I do and I'm like, okay, well, I guess. And I think I learned something about myself, which was, I can't follow a bad plan. I need to believe in what I'm doing. I have to find purpose and meaning in how I spend my day. And I've, I think, done a pretty good job of that, even though it took me some time to find my feet.
Interesting journey. I wish I had more time to unpack that one, but I think I don't I don't want to take us I don't want to stick too long on that. Okay, let's talk about brand and Calgary.
Yeah.
I think that's more light-hearted.
I don't
So
know.
that we don't go into
We can.
yeah. Okay. People talk about brand sometimes as something that's it's just a label or a stamp or something. Okay, yeah, we'll do it. Like you have a choice. But how do you see brand shaping cities like Calgary?
I think, in particular, the blue sky city, I think a lot of people connect it to the more literal meaning of what it is, like a blue sky. We have more sunny days than anywhere else in Canada. I think that people go there right away, but sometimes like there's a deeper story, and with the blue sky city there is. For us, it's about blue sky thinking also. And when you look up at a big vast sky, that's about possibility. That's about what could be. When you're thinking about what could happen with my podcast, where could I take the rest of my life? What do I want to do with my business? Like, where do I see this going? It's like we look up and we imagine and we envision and we say what could be possible. That's what that's the metaphor of the sky, is a place of possibility. So brand doesn't just hit us consciously. It actually mostly works subconsciously. We talk a lot about system 1 and system 2 thinking. So system 1 is my gut brain, is my intuition. It does 90% of my decision making. Some people would say 95% of my decision making. And it feels easy. You don't even know that you're doing it. It goes so fast. It's seamless. And that's just how you feel about something.
Absolutely.
System 2 is when you're thinking. It feels hard. It's me helping my daughter study for her grade 8 math exam. So nobody needs to see or hear Blue Sky City and think about the metaphor of the blue sky and what's possible. It's like you just intuitively know. That's a story that is, told and felt intuitively.
So branding shaping the city and also being an element that can improve the economy, that can drive economic growth and attractiveness for business and investment. I mean, we've been seeing some things happening in Calgary, but I wanted to talk about the possible impact of branding on a city like Calgary as a case study.
Yeah.
So what has happened since the time when this project happened up till now?
There is a bunch of research. We had benchmarks. And so after the campaign, we know that perceptions of Calgary as a place to live and invest have improved, which means, not people like we have done some surveying of Calgarians, but most of the surveying is from, the rest of Canada and the US to say, what do you think of Calgary? Is it a place that you would contemplate opening your next office, moving your head office to, or moving to if you're looking for the next stage of your career? And we know that since the campaign's launched, it's actually quite dramatic how perceptions have shifted and how people are contemplating the city as a place to work and invest. So we know that the data tells the story. It worked.
So you'd say, in conclusion to that, is that you're saying that it's always a worthwhile investment for cities to recognize the importance of branding and invest in it. I think when we spoke, I gave an example of New York and how branding has shaped the city in such crazy phenomenal ways through Paula Scher's work and the entire Pentagram team. I mean, just from little I know about Pentagram, knowing that they did a lot of work in the art, scene and the museums and roadways marking systems and so on and so forth. And the ripple effect of that over the years and how people now, like businesses now see branding as a first thing. Like if you're not branding properly, you're not competitive. So how does branding also help drive competitiveness?
Oh, I mean, I think it's I actually spoke with a Harvard Business School professor about this.
Oh, cool.
Brand is one of the most overlooked tools. It's a driver of margin. It's risk mitigation. It creates stickiness. It is its own competitive advantage. People talk about, like Simon Sinek will say, people buy why you do what you do. I don't believe that. They buy how you make them feel. Emotion drives decision. When you make people feel something, that is the precursor to different behavior. And so as a company, if you can, when I put on my Nikes, I just feel cooler. I just do. And what is that feeling worth to me? Well, it's worth the delta of no-name shoes to Nike. I will pay money because I feel better when I have my cool shoes on. And but it functions across the board. It's B2B, B2C. The same thing is true. I think we really overlook people's emotions and the power of making them feel as an economic driver.
Right. Even looking at Calgary, back to Calgary again, I know I'm still a newcomer here relatively, but from the little I've seen and read about a while back in Calgary, I mean, recent times, not even a whole long time ago, Calgary was known as more of the oil and gas industry. I think there was a phrase for it. I can't remember it now, but
Be part of the energy.
Exactly. You know it. Of course. Did you pitch? Were you the one that ran the presentation?
No, I was too young for that.
Okay.
That was before my time. But
no, I mean the pitch for the Blue Sky City. The way you were telling the story, I was going to ask you that. Did you pitch? Were you the one that pitched that ran the presentation to the?
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because
there was the dog and pony show. I talked to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, basically, Calgary wasn't known as that before. So also in terms of because you mentioned association and narrative. So association is, am I likely to be? Do I feel seen in this place? Do I feel like this is a place for me? If Calgary was branded as the oil and gas city as it was, and someone like myself was coming in, I would be like, yeah, is there really much for me? I don't think so. Maybe people that are in energy, but I think that's the power of branding as well. Now we're seeing more tech startups, we're seeing more communities springing up, supporting creatives. There's tons of them now that I don't think existed before, or as were as loud or as visible as they are now. So I think, in my own opinion as well, I think that's also something that branding like does to as done to Calgary, for example. So where do you see Calgary going in terms of like the direction and in terms of like the growth in the near future?
Well, I just sat in on a great presentation. Mark Parsons is the chief economist at ATB, and he did a beautiful job painting a picture of Calgary's economic climate compared to the rest of Canada. And we are so lucky to be here. And this idea of it's possible in Calgary is so true. We our GDP is growing faster. We have job growth. Nobody else in
It's
Canada
also the
has that.
fastest growing city in Canada, matter of fact.
Net immigration.
Yeah, net immigration.
And we have people from other provinces
moving down.
moving here. We are seeing increased investment from other places. People want to be part of what's happening here. Watching, and I didn't really believe this one, but it's actually not that the affordability of housing isn't a massive issue for Calgary, but compared to the rest of Canada,
it is one of the lowest.
Yeah,
apparently.
This is the best place of the major cities to buy a home. To me, all of that, I just took a minute and I was like, oh, I'm so lucky to be here at this moment in time. This is such a special place. And I'm drinking my own Kool-Aid, but it is the blue sky city. I do think there is so much possibility for this place. We're just getting started.
Yeah.
I'm so happy, to be having this conversation with you, and I love what you're doing, and that's part of it too, right?
Thank you. So basically, we have our cards here. So a special deck of cards, especially for you.
Oh dear God. Okay.
Yeah, especially made for you. So basically, I don't know if you know, but we have a game show. We have a game show. I started conceptualizing the game show 2 months ago or so, and just trying to find ways to explore and implement it in an organic way. So the idea is basically, it's called Creative Differences, and it's basically to just test how familiar you are with some terminologies of like the creative industry.
Right.
It could be like relating to the day-to-day things that we say as creatives. You're familiar with most of these things, so just fun and vibes. You're gonna pick a card from this deck.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna place it on this.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna tell you the 3 words, 3 cues.
Yeah.
You guess the word.
Yeah. Okay. I think I get it.
Okay.
So you're gonna give me clues, and I have to say what the word is.
Yes.
Okay.
The word, I can see the word. I can't see the
I can't see the
You
word.
can't see the word.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're just gonna pull out of the deck. So let me just show.
Let's start with an easy one.
Well, I don't get to choose.
Okay.
Everything is
Never.
random. It's very random.
Okay.
So I'm
Great.
just gonna randomize
Great.
a bit more. So there's some surprises there. So don't think too hard.
Oh.
Very simple ones. Okay. So you just pull out. Okay.
Oh, I picked. Okay.
Yeah, just pick.
But I don't want. Yeah.
All
I can
right.
sort of see through it.
Cool. You did.
Well, I don't know exactly what it is.
Damn.
Okay, I shouldn't have said that. I gave away my competitive advantage.
I won't let you pull too far then.
Yeah, don't.
Okay. So this is it. I'm just gonna say the 3 cues. Brown, principles, minimalist.
Dieter Rand.
How did you know that?
Well, I could see.
Oh, you
I
saw it?
No, I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw enough of it that
No,
I was
this is cancelled. This is not gonna
no,
pass.
I want the point. I don't want the point. That's not on the rules. I'm taking it.
You already
I'm
saw it.
taking it.
Oh my days. Okay. Should we give up? We're gonna
Yes,
give up.
I'm taking the point.
For seeing. Oh my days.
This might be the only one I get right. Okay.
Okay, that was correct.
I want to take
Ditterams is Ditterams is Ditterams. Everybody knows Ditterams. Okay, so you're just gonna pull a tiny
bit.
A tiny bit.
Okay, I'm
like
just gonna lift it the smallest amount.
Wait. Yeah. Okay. Go. Okay. All right. Rain, ocean, BC.
Vancouver?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
Wow, you see, you're not doing so bad.
Good, yeah, I feel
Okay.
good. Okay.
So we'll do like, how many should we do?
Because the first one was a bit hard.
But you saw it.
I had
Yeah,
advantage.
coming your way.
I didn't see.
Okay. Okay. So this is relating to typography. Just give you a hint for free.
Okay.
Display, fancy, headline.
Like typecase.
Take category of type.
What? No.
2 words.
No, I don't got it. I can see it, but it's blank.
Yeah, it's decorative font.
Oh.
Yes, fancy and headline.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. The next one.
No lucky about this guy.
Hey. Still in typeface.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get a chance to redeem myself.
This one is closer than you imagine. I'm sure you used it a lot. Swiss, movie, typeface.
No. I don't know.
Swiss. Let's start from Swiss.
Swiss Gothic?
No, Swiss is like a family. Like
It's like a typeface family.
yeah, Swiss is like a popular typeface family. It's the sans group.
Sans serif?
Well, sans serif is a category, but this is actually one typeface.
Swiss? Yay more.
Anything more than this is giving you the exact
Just say it.
answer.
Just say it.
Okay, it's Helvetica.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a designer. Yeah. I mean, they'll be mad at me for that.
They will matter you, right?
We do use a lot of Helvetica, and I
Right.
could recognize it.
Do you still want to pick, or should I just pick for you?
You just pick for me.
Pick for you. Okay, the
Yeah.
next one. Joke, meme, typeface. You should get this one.
Joke, meme, typeface.
There's a particular font that is used for memes. People don't really like it.
Comic Sans? Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm getting it.
You're getting it.
Okay, good.
Okay, you didn't get Helvetica, so you got Vancouver, Comic Sans,
And Dieter Rams.
and the cheat.
I mean, 2.5. So I'll take 2.5.
Okay. Oh, this one is close to home.
Okay.
Calgary. Slogan. Rebrand.
Blue Sky City.
If you didn't get that,
Imagine.
if you didn't get that would be.
You could kick me out. I love that's one of your cards, though.
Yeah.
Have you asked other people?
No, this
Oh,
one just.
you made them just for me. Okay.
Okay, this one. This
Okay.
is something familiar as well.
Okay.
Soccer.
The Wild FC.
I'm not even finished.
I nailed it.
What?
I only needed one
because I
clue.
already gave you a lead. I should have randomized it. I should have given you.
You
that
shouldn't have
one.
told me.
I should have waited. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this one will throw you a bit off.
Okay.
Symmetrical.
Mm-hmm.
This is a principle. It's a design principle. Sorry.
Maybe I'll get there.
You don't have LinkedIn. I didn't know whether you're a designer.
It's fine.
I know you mentioned you're a writer.
I was a copywriter. And then a creative director. But a writer, creative director, so it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have an overview of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Symmetrical, weight, layout.
symmetrical, weight, layout. Oh, proportions, flow,
Symmetrical.
symmetrical. What was the second one?
Forget the simple.
Symmetrical. A symmetrical layout.
Yeah.
Mirrored? No, I don't know.
It's very close. It's balance.
Oh, balance. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
This will be the last one for now. So
I hope I get it.
yeah, you should definitely.
Fingers crossed.
Red,
Yeah?
downtown, view.
Calgary Tower?
Yes. Okay. We'll just keep the rest for the next person.
How am I doing on the leaderboard?
You are the first on the leaderboard. So
Great, I like that
I
for
think
me.
a good start.
First and only. No one else has played.
5. You got 6 out of 9. Let's just ask one more to make it 10.
No, okay, all
So
right.
make it round.
Sure.
Okay. The next
fair
one. Oh, this one will throw you off. Let me find.
Yeah, get me an easy one.
Email. Meeting. Later.
A later email meeting.
It's a corporate lingo.
Oh, yeah, like send later.
Keep going.
Yeah, what is that called? Like scheduled send. No. Email.
It's 2 words.
Email meeting later.
Yeah. It's like it's a corporate slang or like lingo.
Email meeting later.
If you don't say, I'll
Ping you.
no, I'll follow up. Yeah.
I'll circle back.
Circle back. See, I was giving you too much.
You gave me too much. I don't deserve that.
See,
I'll circle back.
I just managed to push
I'll
it
circle back.
past the midpoint. Circle
I'll
back.
circle back.
Yeah.
Let's circle back on that.
Probably one of the most used ones.
I'll just circle back on that. Let's just circle back
You
on
don't
that.
circle back?
No, I don't. I think if you're like, let's circle back, it's like, we don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just circle back on that.
5, 6, 7.
I'll take. I think 6.5 is a fair score.
No, we don't do.
We don't do
we
halves. Okay, I'll take the 7.
We just
I'll take the
give you 7.
Okay.
So you've set a good precedence for the next one. How was that?
Not as bad as I thought.
Not as
I mean, I got lucky off the top.
We should probably make it tougher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be more challenging. So I'd like us to speak about workplace culture and hiring.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously as a business owner, I hear business owners say one of the biggest challenges when it comes to growing an agency or a business is hiring.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
So my follow-up question for that is, how do you approach hiring, especially in an agency like Dota, where you have certain core values?
Mm-hmm.
So say someone has just applied to Dota as maybe a designer. Just from a CV standpoint, are there specific things that you look out for before even getting to like seeing their portfolio or seeing their getting to speak with them?
Other way around for creatives, I don't think I've looked at a single CV because it doesn't matter. Your portfolio tells the story
Right.
more than work experience or anything like that. And you can, I think, tell super quick based on somebody's portfolio how they think about design, how they think about creating, and how intentional they are with the elements they choose to bring in and how they weave them together.
Are there some specific things that you look out for even on the portfolio that makes you say this person is a standout candidate or someone that we want to go ahead with?
Yeah. I like to see that they have tackled the problem in a unique way. We talk about what makes good work. It has to stand apart. I think the biggest issues right now in all communications is that it's become risk mitigation. Everyone's playing to lose. No one's playing to win. I'm just playing not to piss anybody off. I'm not trying to connect with anyone. And so that I think can show up in something as simple as an ACAD book where they're designing a beer label. You can see, were they playing not to lose or were they playing to win? And will they take a risk and land on their feet? And are they thinking through their process? A lot of that is, if you really take time with work that somebody's chosen to create and put in front of you, it will tell you a lot about who they are and what they value and how they think about things.
So would you now say that client projects sometimes could be restrictive? So
Mhm.
you have a brief from a client. I mean, you have been a young graduate as well.
Mhm.
I'm sure you've had your own experience, fair share of being in the market and looking for opportunities. So at that point, when a client is giving you a brief, you don't really have much control. People say, okay, do some experiential projects or like experiments,
Mhm.
personal
Yeah.
passion projects,
Yeah.
so that you get to express yourself and do whatever you want with it. So when you're looking at someone's portfolio, do you look out for the freedom of expression, like you mentioned, like how they're able to solve problems, or do you look out for the caliber of clients that they've worked with? Some people say like the value of the project
Yeah.
worked on, like millions of dollar projects, hundreds of $1,000 project. Like that's a requirement for some agencies.
No, I don't. I mean, it depends on what you're hiring for. If you're hiring for a junior or a senior or what you're looking for.
Right.
Like if you're hiring a creative director, you need somebody who has worked with some sizable brands, but when we're looking at junior and intermediate designers, I don't care. It doesn't matter if it was a real client or not a real client. The quality of the expression is the thing that I'm looking out for more than did this adhere to the client's brand guidelines. Those things can be learned afterwards, but the ability to be evocative in your work and your design is hard. And I think you have to have some talent for it that is self-evident.
Say this person has now crossed the stage where they get to be shortlisted for the next stage.
Mm-hmm.
What now gets the person through to the finish line?
I think at that point, I mean, honestly, mostly with creatives, it really is in the quality of the book.
Let's just leave creatives. I think generally.
Okay. Oh, in general?
Just like general employees,
Mm-hmm.
You're hiring for a strategic role.
Yeah. Yeah.
What qualifies someone to get past the finish line for you?
There's two things that I'm looking for. The first is something that I would call with itness. And it's a bit hard to
call it
with itness, like how with it are they? And that looks like, do they offer to bring their glass to the kitchen after we're done? How easy is it to talk to them? Are they really listening when I'm talking? How present are they in the room?
Right.
And so with itness is a big one that I look for. And then the other question is, would I work for them? I want a culture of leaders. I want a culture of people that... Yeah, well, I want to work with... We are all taking turns leading. When I'm not a designer, so when I'm working with a designer, when Holly and I are working on a project, she's going to have to lead me through certain stretches. And I'm super happy to be led by her. I love that. I need her in those moments. Conversely, it's my, brand director, Erin. It's like there's certain stages of the project where she has to lead me through it. Strategy, same thing. So I want to work with people that I would work for in different capacities. And because I will end up working for them at some point in time.
Now that this person or this imaginary person has gotten a foot in, what culture and what does work feel like for you? How are you able to build the team beyond just doing great work, but also like having a sense of, I'm part of this, like this is a space for me?
Rephrase that, like, so how do I feel like I'm part of the daughter team, or does that
you
person?
You are daughter.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm.
How do you basically, essentially, like culture? How do you build culture in your workplace? Like, what does culture even mean to you?
To me, a lot of culture is how safe people feel to be themselves, and that looks like. I had a great meeting today with somebody who's just on contract for us. And we had a meeting with, I think, 3 people on the leadership team. And, 2 people have been with me for 5 years. Like it was like people who are really been around daughter, and first day on the job. And we're having a discussion about a client and how we want to tackle this certain problem. And she spoke up multiple times and offered her opinion and asked insightful questions. And I haven't had a chance to tell her yet, but when I do, I'm going to go back and just say thank you. Like that is culture, when she feels at her first day on the job that her opinion matters, that her perspective is important, that she's at the table for a reason, and there was a high level of discernment in what she chose. She didn't dominate the meeting. She didn't talk too much or anything like that. It was very helpful.
Right.
And that to me is an indication of a healthy workplace, when people feel comfortable voicing their perspective, and they'll also take in the perspectives of the people around them.
Do you enjoy what you do?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I feel so lucky.
Right.
I have a sick job.
When do you resume work?
When do I what?
When do you resume work?
When do I resume work? Like, when do I have to go back?
Like, like when I mean resume is like daily, like day to day. Like, when do you
Oh, when do I start?
start? Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I think it depends on
On how you feel, what side of the bed you wake up on the day.
Yeah, I was annoyed that, like, you know, I had an 8 a.m. meeting earlier
8
this
a.m..
week.
Wow.
That's early for me.
That's quite early for a founder.
I thought so.
Yeah. Who said the meeting at 8 a.m.?
Not me.
Someone on your team?
Not me. No, it was with the client. So
client,
yeah,
obviously.
I'm beholden to them.
Obviously. Are you an early birder or like are you a late night shifter?
I'm probably more of an early bird, but I need time in the mornings to
get your coffee and what's your typical routine when you start your day?
When I wake up,
Yeah.
coffee is super important to me. Normally I'm actually up at 6:30 making my kids lunches, making them breakfast and getting them out like off to school. So by the time they leave, then I need a minute to settle, which means coffee. Sometimes I'll meditate, sometimes I'll journal, sometimes I'll do some yoga, sometimes I'll just wander around.
Thankfully, no social media.
Maybe, but often no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike us, I'm cooked.
You're up and
I'm cooked.
You're on the gram. Don't do it. Don't do it. Give it up. It's gonna change your life.
My work is there. That's my work.
Yeah, but you gotta put parameters on that.
I'm trying. There was a time I started putting my phone in my other room.
Yeah,
and
do
then
that.
My clients were like, you're not replying messages on time or something.
Do you want to go fast or you want to go far?
Steph, I'm trying my best.
Have you ever heard of the book The Artist's Way?
Which one? No.
Okay, I'm gonna send a copy of it to you. But anyways, I love the book so much. But she talks about morning pages where you just wake up and then you like physically write 3 pages of whatever's on your mind. The goal being like, do not lift the pen from the page.
Whoa.
And it's like a meditative practice that many of the best creators swear by.
Wow.
And I do it sometimes, not often enough, but I think it does really
Does it?
Yeah, because we can be, I think Warren Buffett said he's like busy is the new stupid. And I was like, when he said that, I was like, I am dumb. I am dumb. Yes, I was like, damn, like that hurts.
That hurts.
Yeah. And then I've been trying to unbusy. I don't believe it's
Did you
good
watch
for
my
us.
session with Wilson?
No, I didn't. I heard parts of it.
Okay. Yeah, Wilson went all out talking about slowing down.
Yeah.
And everyone that tells me about the episode are like, man, I think, do you know Lana Rogers?
Yeah, I love Lana.
Yeah, Lana is coming as well.
Oh yeah, Lana's great.
She was actually
You're hanging out with all my buddies.
They said Calgary is small,
It
but
is
apparently
small.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lana, I went to one of Lana's events, one of our breakfast events.
Yeah.
And then she said she watched Wilson's episode and she was like thinking about all her life decisions. It's because Wilson went like, Wilson exited.
Yeah.
He sold his shares and then he's like just chilling now.
Yeah.
And that's like, man, goals, bro. Because I just want to be at home with my daughter and just spend time with my family.
Yeah.
For me, that's success.
Yes.
It's not really like more than that, and freedom. That's it for me. So, but anyway, I digress. Back home, we're just casually talking about like routines and life and how some of these habits that we practice slowing down again.
Yeah.
You said busy is the new stupid.
Well, Warren Buffett
that's
said
personal
it,
for me. That's like a personal
Sorry.
attack.
We're fighting now.
I'm always like there's always something to do. I think even my colleagues too can share. We share in this same, especially Abby. We share the same kind of work ethic, always just going. But I think my question is, anyone saying otherwise, like life is so much faster now. Like things are so much faster now. Like everything is moving at speed of light. Like it's fast food, fast internet, fast content. How do we what does slowing down mean for us, like our generation? We haven't acquired much. We haven't even achieved much.
Yeah.
We still have a long way to go.
Yeah.
So how do we compete? I mean, Wilson said, if you slow down, like AI, so we had a conversation about AI and like the competitive edge for a designer or a creative, and he was like, if speed is your edge, then you've already lost. Thinking about it, I'm not like, okay, if you're not fast enough, I've been lucky to have some clients that are patient, right?
Mhm.
Very, very, very rare.
Yeah.
Most people want it fast.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can relate to that.
Mhm.
Most people want it like today or tomorrow or last week.
Yeah.
So how do you even manage that when a client comes with such expectations?
I mean, I say it all the time. Brand is an investment.
Mm.
You don't invest with your, investment manager and then call 3 weeks later and say,
Exactly.
is my investment matured? Like,
Exactly. Why? That's so interesting. That's real.
we know it's like my RSPs are going to, it takes time.
Mhm.
I have to let it grow.
Mm.
Growth is slow. Like, bones heal slowly. Plants grow slowly.
Yeah.
Things that are worth having are not built in an instant,
Yeah.
ever. So you can, I think, fool yourself into thinking that you're doing a lot. You can have, 10 million marketing because we did this digital campaign and we did this and blah, blah, blah. And then we're segmented messaging for these 10 people, blah, blah, blah. You can spend a lot of money and you can spend a lot of time and have nobody feel any differently about your brand a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later. That is easy to do, to feel like you're accomplishing something, but to not actually accomplish anything. You have to slow down if it's going to be real.
What does slowing down feel like to you now? I know you've gotten to a
Mhm.
point where, I mean, you're relatively settled in some
Yeah.
sense, right? But I mean, at that level, I'm sure there are also challenges that can make you actually still be moving quite fast.
Yeah.
So what does slowing down mean to you? You mentioned having your morning routines or your morning things that you do in the morning. What else do you do that keeps you like grounded in that sense?
Lots of therapy. You said it, but it's slowing down is maybe not quite the way I'd think about it,
Sure.
but it's the freedom to focus on what matters to me.
Right.
It's control over my awareness and choosing where my attention goes, not letting everyone else choose where my attention goes, being really concerted about where, like, who am I spending energy on? And that to me is what, it's not that my life is by no means slow. Like, I'm doing thing to thing to thing to thing.
Right.
But I am really conscious about where and who gets my time and my energy. And I think there is fear in making those decisions to say, I'm not responding to that email and I don't want to work with that client because they want it now. And I'm not going to get back to that person, and I'm not going to that event.
Have you had to say no several?
Oh, I say say no to everybody all the time. Like, I'm constantly, I say no.
How do you pick your clients?
Well, they have to believe in what we believe in. They have to see the value of brand as a long-term investment, as a journey, not as something that, I've had those clients where they're like, I need to sell at this development in the next 3 weeks. And I'm like, sick. I'm like, do I look like a fairy godmother? Like, I don't know what to say to you. Like, I don't.
Just your magic.
Yeah. I'm like, they're like, I have $5,000 and I need to sell 12 homes in 2 weeks. And you're like, sick.
Well, they're kind of like, yeah, I guess they've kind of removed themselves from the goal from the very beginning.
Yeah, I'm like, this isn't going to work. And it doesn't work like that. I'm like, like, there are ways to have remarkable results as a business using brand.
Yeah.
But it does not happen in 2 weeks. It happens in 2 years, in 3 years. Like, this is the time horizon.
I think Holly was the person that said again that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
That I heard they said the project had been going on for 4 years.
Yes.
The jersey design for the World Cup had been going on for 4 years. So they have started before or when the previous World Cup was going on.
Yeah.
They have started designing for this year's World Cup.
Yes.
That's profound.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't like drive the whole patience thing, I mean, someone else will say it's not just jersey, like it's just jersey, like, but the multiple iterations that they had, the testing, like nobody knows all those things that go on, but you know because you are deep in the process.
Well, and even the story that she told around it, she's like the away kit is maybe a little edgier, like maybe a little bit more, gritty
Yeah.
than Canada's used to. And there's
Yes, to push the
intentionality behind
limits.
it.
Yeah.
And so designing that jersey, I don't know how long that took her, the actual design,
Yeah.
but I do know it's sharing the story of why with everybody
Right.
would have been such a big piece of,
Yeah.
like, I'll let her tell her story, but anyways.
Yeah, but we'll just steal a part of it.
Mhm.
But that's interesting.
Mhm.
Okay, let's move to another part of your life, which I feel like is also good to discuss, which is about having kids
Yeah.
and running an agency. Again, I'm sure people listening to this are like, you're a mother. You kept mentioning your daughters. How are you able to balance being a mom, being a parent, and also running an agency as daughter?
Yeah. It's, it evolves. Your kids need more or less from you at different points in time. About a month ago, my daughter was going on a canoe trip and I had to help her pack. And, I was working and like coming home 5:30, 6 o'clock. And, I'm divorced. So it's when my girls are with me, it's just me. And don't have anything for dinner and she needs to pack for her trip and all of this. And, one night, it was near Mother's Day actually, because she gave me a mug for Mother's Day and then took it back. My daughter,
What?
she made me a mug for Mother's Day and then she's like, I want that back.
Why?
Because I was coming in the door like out of 12, feeling spicy. I'd had stressful conversations. People needed shit from me, and I'm walking in the door at 5:30 and it's like, and now my kids are there and they need stuff from me. And I'm like, and her and I started, we got into this fight. Like we were fighting and I was listening to myself fight with her. And she's just about to turn 14. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like, I sound like a 14-year-old girl. Like this is two 14-year-old girls fighting right now. And then I talked to my therapist about it. And she was like, yeah, of course. She's like, you're coming in the door and you never took time to fill up the gas tank. You never took time to reset. You never took time to like settle yourself.
Yeah.
And then she was like, this is the most important meeting of the day. This is your most important client. When you walk through the door, when they walk through the door, that's your biggest client meeting. That's your biggest client presentation. You have teenage daughters. Like if you're not on for that, good luck. And then I went to my EA and I was like, listen, I'm like, my day ends at 3:30, like straight up. I'm like, do not schedule anything after that. I'm like, I gotta be home. I need 20 minutes to start a meal, whatever. And then I got to settle myself so that when they walk through the door, they're getting the best I am.
Best version of you.
And it has been a game changer.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. People talk about how difficult it is to just be a woman running anything. I mean, parenting is a lot, but for the women, it's even more intense because obviously being a mother is, there's a lot more connection when it comes to parenting, and also being a woman in this world anyway, there's so many things that are obviously like you have to do more kind of in some sense. So I think my question regarding that is how there will definitely be some sacrifices that you've made to keep things going from your business standpoint, and also just being able to balance everything. I know you mentioned therapy because that's also like something that I guess helps you to keep things together, right?
Yeah. I got a therapist. I got a coach. Like, I always have some mental health professionals.
Right.
Yeah.
Why is that important?
As the leader, my mood, my vibes, my tone is I'm setting the temperature for everybody who comes into work.
Right.
So if I'm impatient, if I'm fearful, if I'm can't properly listen,
right,
I'm setting the mood for them, and then they're setting the mood for everyone they interface with, and then they're going home to their kids and they're cranky or whatever. So I have an outsized impact on the culture.
Right.
Me grumpy
Hmm.
is really scary. Is a much bigger thing. Like, I can give a dirty look, and it's like that could wreck somebody's weekend.
Right.
I have to take ownership of that, and I'm responsible for who I am when I show up, and I gotta bring good energy.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta be bringing the right vibe, because that sets them up for success.
Absolutely. That's for me. That's like a highest level of self-awareness that I've heard from any founder. So thank you for being that.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh,
Sincerely.
great. Yeah.
Did you have a vision of the kind of workplace you wanted to create from the very beginning, in terms of like the energy, the culture? You did.
Well, I wanted to just create somewhere I wanted to be.
Right.
And that's what it is. Like,
Amazing.
I'm happy there, and I want other people to like, they need to feel we're all challenged. It's not easy, but I generally feel good, and everybody around me needs to generally feel good, because you can't be engaged if you don't feel okay.
Absolutely. Another question I have regarding workplace still is, you guys are all women, right?
We have 2 dudes right now. Actually, that's not true. We have 3.
What?
I shouldn't say this, but we have my CFO. He's fractional.
Is Andre a guy?
Yes,
Andre's a guy.
No, Andrea is a girl, but my
Okay.
my CFO is we switched, but my old CFO is Andrew. I still have a dude and a white dude.
Okay.
And so I was like, "Oh, thanks for being my diversity hire." And we would make a lot of fun of him.
Was it a white dude?
A white dude, yeah. But he was like, there at the time, I think, for some stretch, I think he was the only dude. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. But now there's 3 dudes.
There's 3.
And we've had lots of dudes.
Okay.
At one point, I think there was maybe a 50-50 split. Now we're pretty. Yeah. Now we're more. Now there's more.
What do you inspire the name daughter?
It's about the person who sees the work. It's about messages in the world that I would be proud to have my daughters see. It's it's realizing that whatever I put out there, some 14-year-old girl lays her eyes on, or boy, or whoever, and what do I want to tell them about what it is to be human, about what it is to exist, to be here? What story do I want to share? And you can't forget that. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You have to be connected to whose eyes are going to see it.
Absolutely. Wow, that's interesting. I could never have imagined that was the intention. I don't even know. I had nothing. It's like interesting. What does daughter mean? Like, where did it come from? That's interesting. If you were to look back from now, what was so far in your journey, in your career and your personal life, what has been your most proud moment so far?
Yeah. Oh, that's such a tough question. My most proud moment. It's funny. I think I started my career really wanting to win awards, and that was everything. Like, I really cared a lot, and with daughter, I really wanted to win a lot of awards too. And then we did win all the awards, and I don't know. It's what I don't know. I never care. Like, I don't care. Like, it just doesn't really emotionally hit me. What means the most to me is just seeing the people past and present that have spent time at daughter, and feeling good about the experience they had. That's that. Like, sometimes it happened to me a while ago. I looked over at our chief strategic officer. Her name's Miranda, worked with me for a long time. She just had a baby, and she's just so brilliant. I'm so proud of the way she shows up in the work she's doing. And I just looked at her and I was like, oh, it feels so nice that, like, I get to be the one to kind of take care of you, like that we get, not that I take care of her, like I don't, she takes care of me as much, but just, and I feel that way about
part of their story.
Yeah.
Like you help to
do
something significant for their story.
Yeah.
I have a question that I'll push for. is there a part of this that feels like fear for maybe a past experience? Maybe, for example, you mentioned like when you were in the US. So maybe, sometimes we learn backwards.
Yeah.
I do that. You learn from the wrongs, like the things that happen but are not so good. Like you wouldn't want that kind of thing for yourself.
Yeah.
So like I look at that experience that you had at the US, maybe perhaps you were like, this is the kind of workplace or this kind of experience that I wouldn't want to have. Did you have any kind of thing like that?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like
Because it seems like you're very protective of the kind of workplace, the kind of energy, the kind of like the story you want to be told of the kind of work that you're doing. That's what I feel. From things that you're saying, you're very protective and very shieldy of that. That you rather protect that at the detriment of anything.
Yes.
And I feel like that's your core.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I don't know. I think probably at Venables Bell, I didn't love the experience. Didn't want to be in service of what was happening.
Right.
It was very like
because you said misogynistic, and then daughter is like very
not female-centric
and female-led.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's like a
I think that's true. Not that I think they were like it wasn't a great experience for me, but I think by all standards, like it was pretty okay for the time and place. I think a big part of it is just I don't think people need to work 80 hours a week to do good work. In fact, I think they need to work less. And there's lots of studies that say we have 4 productive hours a day. Like you have 4 hours a day where it's actually good work, meaningful work.
Wow.
Not much more than that. And I've kind of always been that person. I'm like, I've probably 4 good hours in me.
Wow.
Not much more.
Wow. Interesting one.
Yeah.
I'm taking you away from this direction to a different side. So what would you like to see creatives, or going back to workplace and like just in terms of maybe not exactly hiring, but like in terms of creatives generally, look at point of view, like maybe your staff, for example. If you were to speak to your staff, if you were to like give them a word of encouragement, what would you be advising a creative on your team that's using them as an example for the creative space and the people that we have, maybe people that are trying to find their way around career? What's the one thing that they should be doing more?
This might not be a popular opinion, but I feel like thanks to AI, our time has come. A lot of people are afraid. I feel the opposite. This is the era of the visionary, the person who can imagine, the person who can say it could be like this. Those are creatives at their core. Like they see things that don't exist yet. And I think we've hit the trough in terms of the value we place on the people who have the vision, have the imagination. Like their lives have never been shittier. They've never been paid less. They've never been valued less. And because of AI, that is about to change. Drogo 5 just hired a bunch of creatives because I think they see the writing on the wall also, which is those unique voices, those perspectives, and the people who have them and the ability to share them and make other people feel things. Like now is your moment. I can build an app. Like, literally just type it into Claude and it happened. It's like, it's never been easier to
ship ideas.
Yeah. And so if you're the one who has the ideas, and that's your gift, it's been really hard for you. And I think it's going to get really good. So keep having ideas. Keep your mind so that you have novel thought and new ways of seeing things. Like it's your biggest asset. Like, protect it, care for it, hold on.
Okay, there you go. You have it. Use AI to your advantage. Someone else is saying that. To ship your ideas. That's where you stand on that.
Well, yes, but not like AI is a remix of the collective consciousness. It can do various permutations of everything that already exists, but it doesn't have the capacity to create
New ideas.
new ideas.
Yeah.
I'm like, that comes from the
Yeah.
collective subconscious.
Mhm.
And creatives are people who are pulling from the collective subconscious
Mhm.
and bringing it forward. And it's
Mhm.
very hard to do.
Yeah.
And now that AI,
That's why the people could train AI.
yeah, exactly. So now I'm like, this is the moment to be a creative. It's to prove the human behind the work. It feels so different now when I hear a speech that AI wrote, I know right away.
Of course.
When I hear a speech a human wrote, it's that much more powerful because I know there's a person behind it.
True.
So the people who have that, it's like, just hold on. It's going to be really good for you.
The work you guys have done, I mean, you guys have won. You said you've won it all. So what's the ultimate goal for you, now that you've gotten to this point? If you're not accepting offers to be bought out at this point, then what's the ultimate goal for you at the end of the day?
I like the journey. I want to keep doing it. I'm so proud of, I didn't really have much to do with the Wild FC or that work. Our chief creative officer, Kelly, Ann Hawley,
Right.
and a bunch of other people, that was the thing they created. And I'm so glad it exists in the world. And I want to keep going. I just, more good stories, more messages, more beautiful things offered to the world, more
Right.
people doing it.
Doesn't it to scale and become a unicorn? I mean, or
I don't care.
you don't care?
Doesn't
or
matter.
expand or scale?
It'll grow. It'll grow in the meaningful ways it's meant to. I don't even care about the public markets. I like the private markets. I'm like, it's like we spend 20% of the world's economy is the public market. 80% is the private market. We put all our attention on public markets, but private markets are really what runs the economy actually. And, I want to work with, we work with some publicly traded companies, but, privately owned companies that people own, that are moving from a place of purpose, enabling them to grow. I don't want people to sell. I want them to keep owning their businesses and, doing good things with them.
It's interesting to hear this from you because Dora has gotten to this point, not by luck, obviously. You guys have definitely done strategic things. So if you were to give one last word of advice to someone who is just starting to run their own agency and they're envisioning themselves as an agency that's hoping to get to, where Dora is, for example, now, what would they do differently, or what approach would they take that can possibly lead them to this destination?
I think we touched on it at the beginning. Put your values at the forefront. When you're connected to something that is meaningful to you, truly meaningful to you, all the noise fades away, and you start to feel that this is the right next step, and it will unfold for you. When you have that feeling of you're banging your head against a wall, it's because there's something, you're not moving from integrity, which it's just not your integrity. Like, it's just not the right thing for you. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just, and for me, when I move from that place of alignment, it just works. Things just work. And when I'm frustrated and hitting my head against the wall and I'm getting angry, it's because it didn't mean enough to me in the first place. I'm not looking at it the right way. It's not really aligned with my values.
What has been the project that you enjoyed working, the client or the project that you enjoyed working on the most, and the clients you enjoyed working with the most?
I mean, I'm a real sucker for the not-for-profits.
I saw a data. That Dota takes on, is it 10% or 20%? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I think I saw it in the article you sent.
Yeah.
That Dota takes on 20% non-profit projects in the year.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, it was, and then we had financial issues.
Fair enough. Thank you for being real. At least,
literally, I think it was Wendy was like, stop, like, we cannot do any more free work.
You were gonna keep going, were you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
You were sucker for the non-profits. What's it about it for you?
I just, it was like, there's so many projects that I've
I think you guys did one for was it Calgary foundation or something?
Yeah, they pay us. They actually they pay.
Oh, they pay.
But I love that.
Okay.
That's a really good one because
Okay.
it's like I feel good about the cause and they pay. So I
Yes.
really like that. I'm really
Yeah.
looking for those opportunities right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Safe Haven we did for free. The Canadian Society for Persons with Disabilities, I paid, like they chucked some money at us, but basically paid to do that. Own Cancer,
Okay.
again, there was some money, but like an outsized investment of time, and don't regret a minute of it. But now my team keeps me
Your
under.
CFO is like, we can't do
not
that.
allowed.
So
We're still allowed, just not as much.
not as much. Fair
Yeah.
enough. You're in business. I understand. You got resources to keep and things to keep
Yes,
running.
yes.
What about those projects is the most enjoyable? Like, what about those projects interest you so much?
I always have a soft spot for anybody who's here, who has the energy to make things better, and who's trying to make the world better. And that, to me, it doesn't really matter like what your definition of better is. And well, no, it does sometimes matter. But, people who are like they're thinking more about what they can give than what they can get. They're stewards. They're thinking about who's going to come next. I feel like that's really hard to do, to have that optimism and that hope. And so whenever I encounter organizations or people, I'm like, I want to help you.
Help.
It's hard what you're doing, and I want to support you in any way I can.
That's so noble and nice. Thank you for doing that. We have 2 last questions that we ask every guest on the pod. What does being a hungry creative mean to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you get addicted to creating, to seeing new things in the world. Being a hungry creative is being addicted to the journey, to that feeling of seeing something new come forth, the conversation that yields the insight that produces the strategy or the thing.
You are the hungry creative. You are the hungry creative.
I am hungry. But my team is, we're all cut from the same cloth. Like my favorite thing in the world, we do something called peer review, where we'll put work up on the wall and everybody will sort of just spitball and take it in a direction. I love that. When you're co-creating with other people and you're seeing things come to life, it's the best feeling. It's like drugs for me. I love it so much.
I love it. The second one is, what are you doing to become a better version of yourself?
Oh, yeah, feeling my feelings.
What does that mean?
I think it loops back to what we talked through before. I mean, we all come into this world and there's some bumps and bruises, and we're carrying stories and echoes of things in our past, and sometimes we're acting in ways that we're not conscious of. And I think for anybody, but especially leaders, you have to feel the uncomfortable feelings, feel the scary feelings, the hard ones, the things that challenge you. You got to metabolize those so that you're not acting from them. And so I hate feeling my feelings. But it's a practice I have to. Like if something made me sad or angry or hurt, I think it's my instinct and a lot of people's. It's like, I just want to take it and stick it in the pit and like never look at it again. I'm like, go away, you're inconvenient and I don't want you. But I have to.
They never truly go away, do they?
No, it haunts you.
Yeah, it does.
It haunts you. And so you have to constantly be excavating yourself to see what's there. You're like, what's in me that I'm not feeling? Because you can't really show up as the best version of yourself if you're haunted by your past.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's a daily practice and very scary.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Steph. This has been an amazing conversation. I definitely have learned a lot just listening to you. And I'm inspired also when I get to this point to be able to also practice some of the things that you're doing as a leader. So I'm inspired. Thank you for coming.
Well, thanks for having me.
Do you get a hug?
Yeah, let's hug it out for sure. Yes. I really appreciate it.
Thank you
so
so
happy
much.
for what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Who would you like to be on the pod?
I have many names I'm going to drop right
Please,
now.
Can you set them up right now?
Yeah. So Holly Gallagher is one of our creative directors. She designed the Canadian World Cup football kit.
Amazing.
Brilliant, lover, gem, Scottish accent. Also, our chief creative officer, Kelly Pollock, is a legend and would be brilliant to talk to.
Amazing.
Monique Gamache is also a phenomenal creative director, designer. She works at Copperthorne Blakely. Morgan from Public Eye.
Absolutely. Morgan is in the lineup. Love it.
Always had mad respect for her.
Love it.
Aislinn Grant runs Grant Design. Also a gem. Feel very lucky that she's here.
Wow. Amazing. We have like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a whole lineup. Thank you so much, Steph.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Steph, and you've been listening to the Hungry Creative Podcast.